everyone! Okay, so today it's finally time for 2012 massive year-long favorites. I have kind of a whole lot of stuff, as you can imagine. I'm not doing regrets or unfavorites or whatever because I'm not that big of a fan of holding grudges for that long, and I don't think I hated any product with that fiery of a passion to hate it all year long. So no unfavorites for the year. It's a lot of good stuff. Major favorites, like big major favorites that I'd still recommend. It wasn't like just a monthly fling or an infatuation kind of thing, because you know how that happens. So yeah, let's get right to it. I am not gonna go in order through the whole video, but these first few things were like, you know, my big standout, like I fell in love and wanted to get married to these products. As a lot of you probably can guess if you've been with me for a while, I'm always wearing these, always talking about these. I had like a nuts crazy obsession love video all about them. They are the Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stains, and I have 5 colors right here. I have more colors, and for some reason one of my favorites, I can't find it. It's called Cherish. It kind of reminds me of Darling, but it's different, totally different. You gotta have them all, gotta catch them all. People ask me a lot what's my all-time, you know, most wearable everyday color, and I have to say Honey. These are just so nice to wear, so easy to put on. You don't have to be like in the mirror in like a well-lit space with like steady hands and stuff. They don't get all crusty or weird or slide around your face or anything. These are just amazing for me. Okay, for my next big, huge, crazy obsession favorite, Wet n Wild Megalast nail polishes. These things are amazing. I actually have a really hard time remembering like what happened within 1 year. I have like barely any sense of time. It's a difficult way to live, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm pretty sure I amassed most of my collection of these nail polishes this year. They're cheap, they stay on forever, they're really nicely pigmented. I just love these things. I don't even know how many I have. Just right now, I'm holding 6. It's kind of difficult. I have 3 more right here. I have even more in my big nail polish stash, which is kind of embarrassing. But I mean, I'm not gonna like go through all the colors and show you every single one of them. But I love them all and I definitely suggest them. They're cheap. You find them at Walgreens or wherever you like to buy your Wet n Wild. I love these polishes. I love the big fat brush. They're just great. Next up, even more Wet n Wild. I know, I am a Wet n Wild crazy person. I love Wet n Wild. It's so cheap, but it's so good. I'm serious. It's so good. These are eyeshadow palettes. I really like the trios. I really like the 8-pan palettes. You know I'm obsessed with this matte palette. I have all the other ones. I even have other holiday palettes and other stashes of Wet n Wild. I have so much Wet n Wild eyeshadow, I don't even know what to do with it because every time they come out with something new, I'm just like, it's gonna be great, I have to have it. And it's always so cheap, so how can you resist these things? I'm not really sure. Someone should teach me. Please teach me. Actually don't, because I really genuinely like them. Now I'm moving on to the less like, you know, I'm a crazy fan hoarder of these products, but definitely still favorites of the year. These are the Maybelline Superstay foundation. I did my last foundation routine using this foundation. It stays on so nicely. It gives great coverage. It doesn't look like too much, but it gives nice coverage and it stays on so long. I think I just repeated myself twice completely. And the brush I like to use for this foundation, and actually all foundations at this point, is the Sigma F80 Flat Top Kabuki. No secret, I think everyone in the world loves this brush or a brush that's a lot like it. It just is really nice for putting on the foundation and getting like the most bang for your buck, pretty much like using the least amount of product and getting the most coverage. Or that's how it works for me. I used it in that foundation routine I was mentioning. Go watch it if you want to see it in action. It's amazing. For my under eye, big fan of the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I have 2 here. There's actually 1 missing out of my little collection. I really like the neutralizer. I was out of town over the weekend. I don't know where my stuff goes. Anyway, I really like this because it's like not too heavy and it's pretty thin and it's easily spreadable. It doesn't crease up for me. It just gives a nice kind of brightness. But I almost always follow up with the Bare Minerals Well Rested powder. Well rested. I always have trouble with that. Under the eyes for the super bright, super I don't have eye bags kind of effect. It doesn't take away your eye bags, but you know, it just makes me feel better about them. Next up, my favorite blush. It's Milani's Luminoso Baked Blush. Mine has pretty much been through the war and the little plastic part is just not even attached anymore, so I've taped it. It's like totally flat and it's leaving the building, but I really love it. Oh, it like works for me no matter like what kind of stage in my self-tanning I'm in. It's just like pretty, it's not too much, you can build it up, and it's just like a little bit shimmery but not like sweaty, which is always a good thing. As for bronzer, my favorite this year was the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. I talked about it so much. It smells like chocolate, it kind of tastes like chocolate, which I always whisper, but it's no secret anymore. Like if you like dusting it on like a crazy person and like really getting to bronzing like I do, it can kind of like create a cloud of chocolatey yum. And this one is actually, sad story about this one. I dropped this right before I was, you know, gathering all my stuff before I started filming, and it shattered. But luckily I have a little mini baby that I got from Sephora. Isn't that happy? All things work out in the end. Another bronzer honorable mention is the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster. It's a little bit more shimmery. The other one is matte. This one gives you a little bit more of like a glow. It's not shimmery. It's not like a super detectable like glitter. I'm not a fan of that, but this is more of a like, not dewy, but it's not like dead matte like the other one. I like both. I like to kind of mix them. My strange addiction. Bronzers. Oh, and by the way, I use medium to dark. Speaking of being medium to dark, my two standout favorite self-tanners are the Zentan Deep Bronze Luxe Weekly Self-Tan and the Fake Bake Flawless Luxurious Golden Bronze Self-Tan Liquid. I think you can get both of these at Ulta. I'm pretty sure. I made like a whole video about self-tanners and how I'm obsessed with them, and there are even more in that video, but these are my two ultimate favorite products. Sometimes I mix them. That's another story. All-time favorite moisturizer, like moisturizer of life. Like I've been using this moisturizer for like years and years and years, like every day, maybe twice a day. I'm kind of a nuts person. This is the Vaseline Total Moisture Cocoa Radiant Rich Feeling Lotion for healthy glowing skin. It kind of smells like cocoa butter, but it doesn't linger. It's not too heavy, and it's not like a overwhelming cocoa butter smell if you are not a fan of that. I am, so it works for me. I use this like not on my face, but pretty much head to toe every single day. And for my hair, I'm still loving my Tangle Teezer. It looks kind of like a dog brush. It's like all plastic, bright pink. It's like, I don't know if this is like ergonomic, but you're supposed to hold it like this and you just, it's not really like that. It makes it so much easier to comb out your super tangles. And you know I tease my hair like crazy and I use a ton of hairspray, and so sometimes I have really bad situations on my hands and the Tangle Teezer saves the day every time. One more lip favorite I almost forgot. This is the Hourglass Extreme Sheen in Reflect. It doesn't give very much color, it's just wonderful and moisturizing, and it stays on for so long. Like I'm epically impressed with this gloss every single time. It stays on so long. It's just slippery, and it's not like too wet slippery. It's not sticky. It's amazing. And it's not too glittery. It looks kind of glittery, but it's not. It's just kind of like a jelly, so you can put it over whatever color you want. Amazing. I love it. And it's actually lasted me a really long time. But I think that's just because I don't have to reapply it every 20 seconds like you do a lot of other glosses. Next up, these are my two favorite fragrances of the year. This is Flowerbomb by Viktor and Rolf. I had like a little mini sample before I have the full size. It's amazing. It's like the scent of my dreams. I wanted it for so long, and then I finally got it at the end of the year. But before that, I was really, really obsessed with Gucci Flora. So amazing. Dry shampoo. You know I'm like a dry shampoo fiend, and I have two standout favorites of the year. I try like every kind I run into, unless it's really pricey, because I don't think that's worth it. First one I need to talk about is the Batiste dry shampoo in Sassy and Darling Wild, and it's in this leopard bottle, and I've actually only seen this one online and at Urban Outfitters, which is really obnoxious. I see different flavors or different scents at all different places, and for some reason I never seen this one, but I love this scent more than any of the other Batiste, and I've used Batiste for like well over a year. Probably like a year and a half or 2 years. So I love Batiste. Next favorite is the Dove dry shampoo. This one just came out this past year, I'm pretty sure, and it's a really great price, and the smell is also really awesome. Okay, so that really is all my favorites for, you know, products and makeup and hair and stuff like that. Next up, I want to say my all-time favorite app for this year was Instagram. I know other people had Instagram last year and however longer before, but I wasn't part of the game because I have an Android. But I got it this year and I'm like totally into it, and it's so much fun and I love it. Also, my top 3 favorite movies of the year were Bernie, Moonrise Kingdom, and Killing Them Softly. I'm not gonna do like a movie review or something. I think I did talk about Bernie. I did put it in a favorites video, I think. I don't think I told you how much I liked Moonrise Kingdom, but I did put Killing Them Softly in a favorites video. But Moonrise Kingdom, definitely, that's like a major crowd pleaser. Maybe not a crowd pleaser, but it made me happy. So if it was a crowd of just me and me and me and me and me, we'd be very happy. I think those are all my 2012 favorites. It was a lot, but they were all deep and meaningful loves in my heart I needed to share. So yeah, if you guys have any comments or questions or whatever, you can hit me up down below in the comment section. Also, you can find all my links in the description. Facebook, it's LeighAnnSays. Twitter, LeighAnnSays. Instagram, LeighAnnSays. Tumblr, Instagram, wherever you want to find me, it's LeighAnnSays. I make it very easy. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye everyone! The makeup and the hair stuff. I actually have no idea what order to go in. Plus, that would be like major bashing, so that's not friendly.